Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock and we're going to have a Crook County special public meeting. The agenda today is Friday, December the 20th. And it is 9 o'clock. Any public comment? Woman? No? Let's go right into the discussion. Number one is consideration of appointing a new or an additional attorney for labor negotiations and labor relations issues. Will?
Thank you. So I've been in conversation with the sheriff's office about our current representation for union negotiations. We met with an attorney that's been helping us on another matter earlier this week to discuss kind of the status of where we are. You provided some insight that I think would be really beneficial to the county as we move forward with those negotiations. So in conversations with the sheriff's office, I think we're all in agreement. It's going to be beneficial to the county, to the ultimate, whatever ultimate resolution we reach. I think we'll end up with a better product all the way around for both the county and the union. There's some increased cost. The current attorney's hourly rate is $295 an hour. The new attorney is $335 an hour. So there's $40 difference there. There'll be some additional cost getting him up to speed as well. His name is Stephen Schuback. And I don't know the name of his law group.
PRH attorney group. I can get the exact.
But we're here to ask the court, since he will be representing the court or the county on this matter, asking the court to kind of authorize us to move forward with retaining him for the purposes of assisting us with both the negotiations with the Deputies Association and the Sergeants Association. Any questions? Or do you guys have anything to add?
Well, you guys know that, we've had the same labor attorney for several years, and he's been involved with all the past negotiations and done an adequate job. I think it just, we're dealing with a whole new organization now with the labor attorney on the other side, and I'm thinking that we're not being very effective working, with that organization. So I think we need some new direction. Quite frankly, these guys have met with the Schuback a few times and it's gotten some advice on which way we should go. And it just seems like that, Bruce has done a lot of work here for a lot of years. I like Bruce very much, but I think we have to look at what is best for the organization going forward. And this is not something that's going to affect this year. Next year, it's going to affect us into the future as the sheriff's office goes forward. This is not an easy decision. I struggled with making this because, I like Bruce. I've known him for years, but I think we have to change direction.
Well, it's never easy when there's personalities involved, but
I'm sorry.
it's never easy when there's personalities involved and things, but yeah, I've known Bruce for a long time too. I think he's done well over the years for his labor negotiations with everyone that he represents. I think his practice has slowed down a lot. I don't think he's practicing full time, and I think that you have to be up on the laws and the things that are changing, and it's just time for new direction. Understand it. Don't disrespect the Bruce. That this business is business, and the county's #1 for us at the moment. So, and always.
And I agree with Brian. I think we need some fresh eyes. I think Bruce is a fine man. But again, business is business, and I think we need a fresh outlook. And I think that Stephen Sorbeck may add that to us, and hopefully we can move forward at a little faster rate. So I agree. And I move to make a motion to appoint Stephen Schuback. Okay, sorry.
I know.
Stephen Schuback of, what is the firm?
It's PRHLaborLaw.com.
PRHLaborLaw.com to the negotiations of the sheriff department. Do I need to add anything more in there?
Yeah, I think the motion is adequate. It's to engage this individual to provide legal consultation services on labor relations issues. And I understand if we don't have it yet, we soon will have a engagement letter. So what I might also suggest is the motion be amended to also authorize Will as county manager to sign any engagement letter.
I agree with the amendment.
So moved. So moved.
So moved, sorry.
And I'll second. So a motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion, a vote.
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I told you to gonna get on
I
this slow. Kick me.
Next, business order 2024-57, it's in the matter of the emergency procurement of septic hauling services. Mary?
Yeah, so Will, John, my colleague, is not able to be here, and you know, John and Jackie have been working like gangbusters on the issue of septic. What you have in front of you are two documents. One of them is an order that would make findings of fact for an emergency procurement of a septic haulage service. An emergency procurement is authorized under both state law and the county code when certain circumstances exist, such that a competitive process may not be optimal. And the other document, and this we got very, very late yesterday, is a finalized contract with Muck Septic Service LLC. The service has already signed the services contract, and this is to provide septic haulage services for the county. The cost to the county would be 6 cents per gallon transported. The findings in the order document the importance to the community for these services. I'm not terribly familiar with what exactly goes into septic disposal and hauling, but I understand it is at least on occasion some nasty stuff. And we need somebody who is qualified and capable to provide that hauling service. Otherwise, if the community does not have this service, then either people have to transport their own material, probably outside the county, that's a long distance. What happens if there's a spill? Or perhaps they are not as diligent about doing that. Maybe they just dump it somewhere in the community, and we don't want that either. Despite some considerable efforts on the parts of Jackie and John, the number of people or entities that might be interested in this seems to be quite limited. It is a rather rarefied field. So they were able to find one firm that is qualified and capable of performing the services. They were not able to find very many other potential options. What this order would do is authorize the county to execute a contract on an emergency basis, but that emergency is temporary. The contract in front of you is only for a period to expire on June 30, 2025. And the idea is we get something in place. We have a little bit of time, and then the county can conduct a formal or intermediate procurement process for these services. Hopefully we'll get some competitive bids and go through that sort of more routine process for procurement. Unless you have any other questions, what I might recommend first is a motion to approve order 2024.
Okay, before you just say that,
Yeah.
and on several meetings ago, I declared a conflict of interest because the county and Muck were looking at property that was in my possession to dump the sewage liquids on. Since that time, I am not involved in that at all. In fact, that property's been sold. So I do not have a conflict in this matter any longer.
Thank you, Travis.
And also, we're talking about 340,000 gallons per month, so this isn't a small amount. And we're talking that the nearest place that we could go with this is the city of La Pine. So this is a very serious thing, and we're very fortunate that the city of Prineville has joined in to help us with this disposal. And hopefully within this 6-month period, it was a 4-month period, but we got them to extend it to 6 months, we will find a solution. So this is a big thank you to the city of Prineville for doing this for us. And yes, I mean, if you live outside of this area, it is a very, like in my ranch, I have 5 septic tanks. And when your septic tank goes, it is not fun to have your past revisit you. So this is a very important thing. So if you would make a motion appropriate to this, we need to move forward on this.
So I might recommend a motion to approve order 2024-57. That is in the matter of an emergency procurement of septic transportation services.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then I would recommend a motion to approve the services contract with Muck Septic Services LLC.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the service contract with Muck Septic Services LLC. I second. Is I?
No, you didn't take Benadryl either. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. No,
All in favor?
aye.
Motion is passed.
Yes.
And again, I'd like to really just call out how much effort Jackie and John have put into this.
You did.
What you have in front of you is just a rather small pile of paper, but that does not reflect the amount of work that they put in. And yeah, I think the taxpayers got money's worth out of both of them.
Yes, they did. And they did a very, very good job. Very good job. Yeah, I commend both of them.
Does the manager have anything to report on?
I don't have anything this morning, thank you.
Okay, commissioner updates,
No,
no executive sessions. So are we all finished?
I think so.
Okay. Call this
record
meeting-
12 minutes.
Call this meeting in the end.
Yeah, thank you.
Chair,
You all.
So you have like 2 minutes?
I do.
Okay.